Hello and happy Multichrome Monday. If you're new to my channel, my name is Millie and I love any makeup, especially shiny, shifting, sparkly eyeshadows. And Multichrome Monday is a series I do here on my channel where I feature different multichromes from all different kinds of brands. I do swatches, swatch comparisons, tutorials, anything and everything that has to do with multichromes. And today is an extra special Multichrome Monday because I will be talking all about the new collaboration palettes between ShineBySD and to my dear friends Lisa and Monica. I will link their Instagram accounts down below. Definitely recommend checking out if you love beautiful eyeshadows, sparkly eyeshadows, shifty eyeshadows, then you definitely have to check them out. So big congratulations to Lisa and Monica as well as ShineBySD on this amazing collaboration. I'm always so excited to see smaller creators get an opportunity like this, and I was sent both of these palettes in PR. So thank you so much for sending these to me. I was going to be buying them regardless, of course, because I just love Lisa and Monica, and I knew there was going to be some pretty unique shades in here, so I knew I was going to want it regardless. So let's take a look at these palettes. I love the theming of this. It is as above, so below, and I just feel like it's such a cute idea. And so the backs of the palettes are labeled accordingly. They each have a different graphic, and the inside is full of some beautiful multichrome eyeshadows. Now you can buy these in the palettes for a little bit extra cost, or you can buy these as singles, not individually as singles, but as a bundle of singles. So each of these palettes does come as just a bundle of singles that you can pop into an empty palette of your choice. So here we have the two beautiful palettes. There's 6 multichromes in each of these palettes. We have, for the most part, they're really smooth, but they do each have a shade that is a flaky formula, if you're familiar with that from ShineBySD, but the rest of these are super smooth, metallic, and just stunning. So I'll be showing you some swatches, some swatch comparisons, as well as 4 looks to each with each of the palettes. And then of course at the end of the video, I will give you some of my thoughts. So let's get right into it. Here's the As Above palette swatched. Here's the So Below palette swatched. Definitely lots of purples between the two of these palettes. If you're a purple lover, these are going to be your favorite. For comparisons for this palette, we have Fairy Stone at the top. Below that is Flirtatious, also from ShineBySD, and below that is Mod Magic from the palette, and below that is Red Carpet Ready from the Color Me Multi Collection from Touch of Glam Beauty. These are the only comparisons I could find. Possibly similar upon a swatch. Obviously, Flirtatious is not exact. For comparisons here, we have Bizarre at the top versus Touch of Glam's Green with Envy, and then Pale Night versus Opulent from Clionadh Cosmetics. I thought that these would be a lot more similar, but once they're swatched, they're a little bit different. They have a little bit of similarities, but I don't think they're close enough. Also, the texture is much different. Pale Night is a flaky type of eyeshadow, and then at the top, while these both have a green and a red, they're not the same, not even close. Also, I would like to mention I'm getting some staining on my hands, so you can see that down here. So far, nothing exact, but I do have comparisons for the other shades. Next up is Oracle and Nightmare Eyes here in comparison swatches. The shade below Oracle is Galaxy Dust from Pastel Roses UK. I thought these would be the most similar. While there's some similarities, they are pretty different in the tone. The shift, if anything, is pretty similar. And then below that is Nightmare Eyes versus Engraved from Clionadh and Damson in Distress from Touch of Glam Beauty. These are obviously not even close. Next up is Permaheart versus ITGAF from Touch of Glam Beauty, Temperature Rising from ShineBySD, Crystal Ball from Pastel Roses UK, and Galaxy Dust from Pastel Roses UK. There's definitely some similarities here of the tone straight on, but as well as some shifts here. I think Galaxy Dust is actually closer to this shade than the other shade in the previous swatch. Last up is Queen of Chaos versus Touch of Glam's A Touch of Glam. And So Tempting from ShineBySD, obviously not even close, but I thought there was maybe some similarities. A Touch of Glam doesn't have that purpley pinky base. It's a bit more of a peachy base, so it doesn't look as dark. It looks lighter, but I do feel like the shifts are somewhat similar in a way that the Queen of Chaos just looks super shifty and almost like a rainbow. So I literally just got this party proof eyeshadow primer from ColourPop in the mail, so I'm really curious to try it. Oh, there's like nothing coming off on the brush. I mean, doe foot. Do you see this? What the heck? It looks like I'm trying to like move it around there. there's like nothing coming off. Okay, finally, I think I'm getting something. This already reminds me of like a very silicone-y kind of eyeshadow primer, which I'm usually not the biggest fan of. Also, I don't like that it doesn't cover any of my veins. I'm gonna use the Unearthly Cosmetics Not Normal palette. I've been trying it out. I realized I actually tried it in January, so it should have been technically in my January palette ranking video, but I totally forgot about it, so it will be included in the February palette ranking. So I'm going in with Day Job from the Not Normal palette. And yeah, it's literally doing exactly what I hate that these kinds of primers do. I just feel like I can't get the blend as well on these kinds of primers. I had a feeling. However, these primers do tend to last a bit better for me, and I have less creasing issues, but I just hate the way they prefer. I'm gonna go in with Basic above that just to help blend that out. But I just feel like also it makes my eyelids look super like textured in a specific way. I don't know, maybe I'm just like imagining it, but it's not bad, but I just think I could get a better blend, especially with this palette, because this palette blends like a dream. Going in with Smoke on the outer corner, really hoping to not have any fallout. And then I'm gonna slowly blend it out. Really trying to keep this controlled, which I always say that, and then I totally blow it out. But that blended really nicely. Really loving that. And going with Smoke under my lower lash line. I'm just gonna lightly blend it out. Next, going in with the NYX Glitter Primer. Apparently this is getting discontinued. I don't really understand why. They better replace it with an even better formula. And I'm going to be dipping into this shade in the So Below palette. I never know how the like names go, so I think it's Nightmare Eyes. I don't know why this is always so hard for me to figure out. And I did use this brush, which is from Glam Shop. It is the 0101 brush, and it has a little tooth to it, so it's really great for these kinds of eyeshadows. And I'm just gonna put that all over. It is a little bit on the larger side, but I'm not trying to be very clean in this look. And then in the inner portion, and then out here. That is such a cool shade. Oh yeah, this is perfect kind of multi-chrome to wear with these cool tone mattes. Just gonna put on a little bit more out here. Here's the first finished look with the So Below palette. For the second look with the So Below palette, I'm priming again with the ColourPop Party Proof eyeshadow primer. Just gotta get a feel for it. And it seemed to work out fine on the other eye, so using Sultry from the Not Normal palette. And this is basically just gonna go all over my lid. There's no really lighter shade for me to blend into this, but that's fine. Yeah, I just don't like the way this looks. I don't know what it is. It's just not as good of a blend as it could be. And then on top of my lid, I'm gonna be basically just completely blowing this out. I picked up the shade Basic again, and I'm just using that to help feather this out. And then I'm gonna use it to blend out this outer portion as well. Come back in with a Sultry. And connecting my lower lash line. I'm really stuck between this shade and this shade. I think I'm gonna go in with this shade. It's called Oracle. But like this shade is so stunning too. It has like all kinds of sparkles in it. Or no, I meant to point to this shade. It's so crazy because it looks a bit different in this angle than in my angle, the way I'm seeing it. But I'm gonna go in with Oracle because that was my first thought. And I'm gonna prime with the Fernie Pixie Epoxy for this because the shade is a finer type of pigment and not really flaky like the other eye that I just did. So picked up Oracle. Oh, it's so metallic. Oh, that is so beautiful. Oh yes, that is so stunning. And I'm gonna just kind of blend it into my crease. I want these looks to be pretty simple. Really trying to just feature the multi-chrome shadow for these. I'm gonna go, and I'm of course gonna go, look at how metallic that is. I'm just gonna go and layer this over because I like to do that if I just want even more of a foil. And I'm just like, I'm taking this all over. Like I want this slathered all over my lid. I don't care if it's in my crease or anything like that. That is such a fun shade. I'm seeing so many sparkles throughout it. And here's the second look. Still using the Not Normal palette on this eye at least. I'm going in with Exercise right in the crease. Going in with Emerald. Just bringing in some green. I'm actually gonna take it all the way all over the lid. Gonna leave it blank here for a deeper shade. Going back in with just a tiny bit of Exercise. Taking Smoke out here. Just gonna keep it to the outer corner. And taking it under my lower lash line. And just slowly blending it out. Putting on a little bit more. Going in with the NYX glitter primer, I'm just gonna apply it with my finger. I'm just tapping it pretty much all over. And I'm going in with the shade in the center called Hermetic from the As Above palette. This just looks like such an interesting shade. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, that is such a cool shade. Whoa. Whoa. And I bet if you layer this over red eyeshadow, it would pull more red or orange if you tried orange too. I see like reddish orange tones in here. Oh, that is so beautiful. Here's the first finished look with As Above. So on this eye, I'm actually going to switch to the Red Dragon palette from Odin's Eye because I really want to use these kinds of tones with the multi-chrome shade. So I'm going in with Yin right into the crease. Oh, that blended so easily. I'm just going to go in with a little bit more right in the crease here. Deepen it up a bit. I'm just kind of blending it outwards, really just. And then taking Fire on the outer corner. And I'm gonna slowly blend it out. Just back on a little bit more. Felt like I lost some of the depth there. And then taking that under my lower lash line, just to connect. And I'm putting on the Fernie Pixie Epoxy. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do a half cut crease situation, so I'm gonna cut it a little bit and then just tap it. So make sure I take off any excess. And I'm gonna dip into this shade and this shade, so Mountain Magic and the All. So first going in with the yellow. Just kind of tapping it on. Oh, that's so interesting. I can see like green flecks throughout it. It's coming off a lot more red than I was expecting. It must be a bit more on the translucent side. And And then underneath going in with the other shade. Whoa, that looks like flames, little flames. That's so beautiful. I love how smooth these are. And just a little bit more. I'm gonna take my finger and just go over that. Same with the yellow. I'm gonna bring the yellow into my inner corner. Here's the second finished look. So first let's talk about the So Below palette, which is Lisa's palette. Of course, I'm going to be extremely biased because I love both of the creators, but in general, I love me some purples, and there's definitely quite a bit of purples between these two palettes, but this palette does have 3 purpley shades, and then this gorgeous, gorgeous pinky shade that I just could not dupe. Like, it's so unique, it's so special. I love, love, love the green and the red, and Pale Night is also a standout. I did use this one all over the lid, and it was really beautiful. It definitely needs some sort of a tacky base like the NYX glitter primer that I used because it is a flakier formula. I do prefer the smoothness of some of these other shades for sure, but it is a fun shade regardless, and the tone and the shift is really unique, so super happy with this palette. Highly recommend it, especially if you love your purple eyeshadows. So onto the As Above palette. This one has also 2 purpley shades, and I love, love this yellow down here. It has like greenish red flecks all throughout it. It's really, really special. It's even better in person, and this shade in the center, again, just like the other palette, this shade is just so unique. It is a flakier formula, but it is just so unique and so interesting. And this pink shade is also very unique. So overall, I love the variety of colors you get in between these. Some of the shifts are a little bit similar, but the tones are different. And also some of these just have so many flecks throughout them that they're just really, you need to see them with your own eyes in real life. So I know that each of these palettes are expensive, but you're getting unique multichromes and you're getting 6 different eyeshadows. So I really feel like they're actually a really great value. If you break down the cost now, I don't know if these will ever be sold individually. I would love to see that so that you could kind of just pick and choose which ones from each of these bundles you would like. But for right now, they're only available in this bundle. So definitely recommend just pick whichever shades in which palette you like, or if you want to get both of them and just expand your multi-chrome collection, that is also of course an option. All the details will be down in the description box, and let me know in the comments below if you picked any of these palettes up or do you plan on it. I would love to hear your thoughts. And again, huge congratulations to Lisa and Monica on this amazing collaboration. These multichromes are stunning, and that's everything for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribe. There's so much indie makeup content uploading my channel, lots and lots of multichromes you don't want to miss out. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.